Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Practice Gratitude Success Show. And first of all, before I introduce our co-host, I'm still waiting for him to come in. I don't know where he is, but anyway, so I'm going to just say thank you, everybody who's here today. Thank you, Mario, for coming here. Craig, great to see you. Nicole, thank you. Happy Hunter Terry, thank you for being here. Rick, J-Man, Jackson Kelly, thank you so much. And Lisa, thank you so much for coming here. As I said today, I'm still waiting for my co-host. Now, if you ever watch any of those Coffee with Len videos, he makes sort of like an entrance in where he kind of like comes in with his coffee cup. So I think he must be out there. Maybe he went to Starbucks. Maybe he's making his own coffee. Or wait, hold on a second. Wait, I think he's coming right now.
Good morning, everybody. What's up? Time for a cup of coffee. It's actually time for my second cup of coffee.
Bye for now. Len Mooney. We have Len Mooney here today. We did that on purpose, as if you didn't know that. But yeah, me and Len. This is Len's last day here. He's been here since Saturday. I think it was Saturday.
Saturday afternoon. Yeah.
And so we've been just having fun, doing barbecue stuff, and just going over to see Annie, the Groove Fiesta Island, and shooting videos and things like that. So Len is joining me today. We're going to talk about some really simple subjects that are just about and gratitude. I mean, it's not like me and Len are sitting around, being lovey-dovey. Sometimes we're, oh well, I'm not going to get into that stuff. But it's the essence of what everything is all about. And Len's got a really cool thing that he's doing every single Saturday morning. Last week was awesome. Maybe we should talk about that a little bit, Len. Just start talking about what you're doing with your Saturday program.
Well, we can talk about that a little bit. Before I do that, let me just go ahead and say good morning to everybody. I see Craig's on, Mario's on, Nicole's on,
Chris is there,
Terry's on, Rick. Hey, Rick. Good morning, and Jackson and Bob and Chris and Lisa. And
yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah,
I'm right here.
Yeah. Well, you're. Oh. All right.
He's a little giddy this morning. Forgive him, guys.
Remember the Three Stooges?
Yeah, well, there's only two of us. We're like the three a little earlier when we were with Andy to Groove Fiesta Island just a few minutes ago. You can look at Len's video this morning and my video. We both were in the same setting with Andy to Groove Fiesta Island. He was out there catching earwigs and stuff like that. He's got an earwig trap.
And there's Greg. Hello. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning, Greg. Thanks for coming here today.
So I'm just looking at the messages. All right. So yeah, Bob was talking a little bit about the Saturday show, and as many of you know that have been with me, we're doing a show at 8:30 on Saturday morning, and I called it Dream with Len. That was my original title. And the reason for that is that what we want to do is we want to manifest our dreams in our life. That's the most important thing for all of us. We all have a dream that we're trying to achieve, someplace we're trying to go, something we want to do. And we all have our own different reasons and motivations for wanting to get there. The most fundamental question is, how do we make it happen? What are the rules of this game? And I'm a big believer in law of attraction. And so what we're exploring in the Saturday webinar series, Bob, is how to make the law of attraction work. And the deeper in I go into how this stuff really works and how the universe works, I'm on my own personal journey and trying to really understand at a depth how this stuff really works. And what I'm doing is that I'm sharing that as I traveled my path. I'm just sharing it.
Right, and I like what you said earlier. You're saying about, because you're trying to learn it yourself, and the best way to learn something is to teach it.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's what you're doing. So as you're learning, as you're internalizing this, you're telling other people but then you're getting even more of it back to yourself.
Absolutely. You can't really assimilate this stuff without sharing it.
Right, exactly.
Because the minute you try to explain it to somebody, it forces your understanding. So I'm doing this Saturday show for me. It's very selfish.
It is, but we have to love ourselves first, no matter what we do. Yeah. It's all about giving and contributing and sharing in the world. But unless you have something to give and to share, then you can't give and share anything. You don't have it. So we have to learn how to love ourselves first, and that is so important. I mean, I'm in this group here with Terry here. She's Terry Miller, no relation, but she's a happy hunter. She's got this 30-day program where it's 30 days of loving yourself, and people are posting pictures and just sharing little stories and things like that. I'm behind on putting my pictures up there, but it's the importance of loving yourself first, because once you do that, and that could be with a relationship or with anything, until you learn how to really love yourself first, you can't give to anybody else unless you do that.
Chris says that the sun is shining through the window.
I moved it. I just.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't help the sunshine. The sun is going to shine. It's what it does every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So anyway. So that's my take on it. You have to learn how to love yourself first before you can give it to anybody else.
Well, that's right. You can't give away something you don't have.
The old oxygen theory when you're on an airplane.
And the thing we're understanding is that a law of attraction, getting it to work for you, connecting to source, to God, or whatever name you want to put on it. God is love.
God is love.
At the core of the universe that we live in, at the core of our world, is love. And in order to get what we want in our life, everybody has said the same thing in so many different ways. They've said it, even Zig Ziglar's, if you want to get what you want, you help a lot of other people get what they want. Well, what is that? What is that? That's love. That's gratitude. That's being happy. It's all of these things, and it's those are the core things that without them you won't succeed.
Oh, it's a foundation.
It's the foundation.
Unless you have a good foundation, no matter what you build something on, it's gonna fall over. It's gonna tip.
Yeah, love is all there is. Yeah, Chris. Love is all there is.
But it's true though. It really
everything is love, and love is everything. And if we can get that assimilated inside of us, so that we really feel it, then we're connected to source. And then we can have anything we want. And
it becomes us when we really, and like you said, this has been said for centuries, for thousands of years, people have been saying this. Jesus spoke this. I mean, before Jesus came around, people were speaking the same thing. Yeah. There's this universal truth of connectedness, of love, and it's out there. It's just, it's for me. I mean, for me, it's God. I call it God. You can call it source. You can call it whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. But like you said, it's love. Love is the basis of everything. So when you build that foundation built on love and self-love, and knowing that God is inside of us, it's not like something we need to reach out there and try to grab onto and say, please come and beg. I mean, I like how I love how Jackson Kelly always explains it. He said a lot of us have been religiously abused. We were abused growing up. Like I grew up in the whole Catholic foundation. You did too.
Absolutely.
And I mean, I learned that God wasn't a real nice guy unless you towed the line, unless you did the right thing all the time. You're gonna get your butt beaten, and I did a lot. It wasn't even by God. It was by his minions. The nuns. I had these nuns. They looked like the Wicked Witch of the West. I had a whole bunch of them. Yeah. I was telling that story this morning. And my father, and I don't ever usually go and talk about my father and things like that much, but he didn't need any incentive to beat me. But just put it that way. But I remember one time I'm sound asleep in my bed, and it was my bunk bed. My mother and father, they went to one of those parent-teacher days, came home, and all of a sudden I'm getting pulled off to bed, the top bunk, and getting my butt just beaten up. Like what's going on? The nun told my, I forget what grade I was in, third grade or fourth or something. She says, Mr. Miller, when you go home, you get your son and you beat him. And she told him that. And because I used to like to laugh in school, I would talk. I was never disrespectful. I would just have fun.
You were always a clown?
Pretty much always a clown, just like I'm doing right here. But I didn't really want to get beaten for it. Especially when you're sound asleep, or you get woken up and start bam, just get pounded. But that's like Jackson says, a lot of us have been religiously abused because we're thinking that God is some big bad guy that's going to just kick our butt all the time, and it's not. God is love. God is there for us. He's not going to intercede.
Roseanne says she was born and raised Catholic herself, so she totally gets this. Yeah, absolutely.
I have a picture of Roseanne as a young girl. I'm not going to share it here, but I have a picture of Rose. She was dressed up like a nun. Roseanne she sent me a photo of herself dressed up like a Catholic nun. She was like, I don't know, maybe 8 years old or something like that. That's what she wanted to do when she grew up.
But let's be careful here, because I want to be careful that I have absolutely nothing against Catholicism.
Oh, no,
I have nothing
either.
against any of the organized religions.
They do great things.
And but over the years, all of these organizations have done things that I hope they're not proud of. But I think what we've really learned is that, and the God that we want, that we can relate to, and I think is really the true God of the universe, really is a loving, caring Father. He's not to be feared,
right? Exactly.
And he wants each and every one of us to have nothing but good. And we live in a prosperous, generous universe that is willing to provide whatever we want. But there are a few things we have to do to get it. One of them is we have to connect to that God. We have to connect to that source. Sister had a tough right hand. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the comments. There's a lot of cool comments. I wish these comments would show up on the replay.
Who remembers getting their knuckles slapped with a ruler because your handwriting wasn't neat enough? I
had a nun. She was the mother proctor. She was the mother, the 6th grade teacher, and she had a 3-sided ruler. This was a badass ruler. This ruler would hurt. It wasn't like cheap little ruler that might break if she hit you hard. This was a 3-sided wooden thing. This thing was solid. It was the true pyramid scheme. It was shaped like a pyramid, and that puppy would hurt, man. That was like a 2x4, which you get hit with that thing. It was incredible. But yeah, there's and like you said, I am not picking on the Catholic Church either, and it's not the only religion where you get religiously abused. A lot of it is just emotional, where they're making you believe certain things that we got to burn. We're all gonna burn. We're born with these sins that we can't do anything with, because it's honest. It's like we're walking around with this big 100-pound bag over our shoulders, just going through life. Oh, we got to suffer. We have to suffer. No, we don't have to freaking suffer. We should enjoy life, man. Have fun. Have fun. Fill your heart with love. Fill your heart with love. And I always, of course, I'm pretty partial to gratitude, because I practice it. Gratitude is just makes things easier. It just makes it. It's like cheating. Gratitude, when you practice gratitude, it's like cheating. It's like it just makes it easier. And there's nothing wrong with making things easy. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be freaking hard all the time.
Well, gratitude is another. It is the foundation. If you and we're going to talk about this on Saturday. The show on Saturday is, last Saturday I think we really showed unequivocally that we can't trust our human senses to tell us anything about what's out there in the universe. There is a source that we've emanated from. You cannot find a material thing that you can go back to and say, that's where I came from. There is no such thing. There is no matter as such. It's an interesting concept, and for those who haven't been on my show and seen some of this, you may think that I've gone off the deep end. I'm a little bit loony.
Well, I thought that I've been thinking it for a long time.
Well, I've told that since I was in grade school. They used to call me Loony Mooney, Moon Man, Man in the Moon, Moonshine. But at the foundation of all this is the need to be grateful. Source will provide anything you want, but it doesn't understand lack. God doesn't understand lack. You can't go to Source begging for something that you can do for yourself. Right. And you have to appreciate what you've already got.
It puts you in a vibration of lack. It puts you in a vibration, and I've done that for most of my life. I've lived in that thing where I hope things are going to work out. I hope this will go, and if I try real hard, and maybe I'll get lucky enough. Maybe it'll come if I just keep working. So, but we're going through this whole thing of lack. The whole just living our vibration, the energy that I was putting out was lack.
So hello, Dennis. Dennis is popping in to say hello, and Mario, God's not the God of the Old Testament. Well, it's not even the Old Testament. The Old Testament.
Hey, Bunk.
It's if you really go back to the earlier scriptures, there's still a God of love sitting in there. It's just that in my humble opinion, Western religion, I'm going to categorize it as Western religion. It's not the Catholics or the Protestants or anything. It's Western religion. Sort of, they strayed off the path somewhere along the line, and they characterize God as something that I don't think God is. And I think we've learned that that's, you know, the Eastern religions. I've always felt that the Eastern religions, Hinduism, Buddhism, etc., and even the traditional peoples on Earth, the indigenous peoples like the American Indians, they had a better concept of God. They had a concept of God as everything being one, everything being connected.
Right.
They lived in harmony with nature. They didn't try to destroy nature.
Right.
I mean, you know, the Indians, I mean, they're just classic. The Indians lived a life intrinsically entwined with the buffalo. And in one 10-year period, the whites came and obliterated tens of millions of animals.
Right.
For no reason. Just standing on a train shooting them for no reason, for sport.
And even when the Indians would kill something for food, they would sell it. They would pray over it.
Yeah.
They would pray to God.
Yeah.
For that, for the blessings
Yeah.
that the animal would give to them.
Right.
Yeah. No.
So, you know,
But I don't want to start bashing all the white people.
We lost touch with
our
nature,
God source.
with our source. We lost touch with our source.
Yep.
And that's what I'm trying to get back to. I'm trying to get back to source and really, really understand how this all plays out.
Right.
And yeah, you're right, Roseanne. So,
yeah, absolutely, and that's what this whole journey that all I think most of us here are on. It's all about becoming better, becoming closer to God. Now, my friend Dennis, who just came in here, you know, this is his first time on here. I can tell some stories with him because we went to grade school together. He knows all about that three-sided ruler that Mother Michael Marie had. He knows all. I could have a whole show just with him and I on here talking about some of those sort of things.
Since we're burying our soul on here, so some of us are burying our soul. How many of you have been actually kicked out of confession? Bless me, Father, for I have sinned, and it's been, you know, blah, blah, blah days since my last confession. Get out of here. You're not serious. Those are the same sins you came in with last week. I've been thrown out of really good confessions.
I just write those down on my index card. Just have the same sins all the time.
But yeah, but when I go back, coming back to the show on Saturday, this week, we're going to take the next step. The question is, what does source really look like? What are the real characteristics? I mean, we've sort of, you know, superficially, it's love. Source is love. God is love. But what does it really look like?
What does it feel like?
Yeah,
what does it feel like?
Yeah. Well, you got to come to my show on Saturday.
Well, I've been on your shows. I've been on your shows. No, every Tuesday and every Thursday you also do a show. You do your coffee or your lunch with Len.
We did lunch with Len. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that. How it started and what you usually do in those shows.
Well, it started as me wanting to. It's the same thing. As I went through my journey in this marketing space, in internet marketing and network marketing, etc., I wanted to share what I learned with anyone else who wanted to come along on the journey with me. I wanted to do whatever I could do to help people. So we started I called it Lunch with Len, and I didn't want to commit to doing it every day. So I just decided we'd do it twice a week.
Right.
So it's a twice a week. 11:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11:30 Pacific time, and it's a free marketing training, you know, whatever webinar. We have a combination of things. We bring in special guests, and we've had some really incredible special guests. We've had Mark Harvard, we've had Susan Sher-Young, we've had Adam Chandler. We go back and we had
and Karen Palmer from last week doing the global piece going viral. She was on there, yeah.
And today I have Antonio Thompson coming on. Antonio's in MLSP, and he's just setting the world on fire and doing wonderful things. And last week we had a roundtable discussion with some of the people that are regulars on Lunch with Len as to what can we do. And the question is, what can we do collectively to help everybody move forward?
Right.
And one of the things that we decided we wanted to do is we wanted to bring on certain category of special guests that we thought Well, I just want to bring on.
Are you talking mainly about in your marketing efforts?
Yeah, mainly in the marketing efforts. Yeah, mainly. But we also deviate with other subjects. Like you said, we had Karen Reardon Palmer on, and I've had Susan Shearer Young on. She's been there twice, and she'll be coming back again. I don't know when yet. She hasn't given me a date, but she'll be coming back. So we have special guests. So
and like what Len said, is the best way to learn something is to teach it, and that's what he does. So he's up there. So he might not quite understand it yet, but maybe he'll bring in a guest or something. They'll explore it. They'll do like a screen share. They'll do things, and then you assimilate it. You start to learn some of the things that you're out there teaching. So it's a great program.
Roseanne, we should have a conversation.
See, people that watch the replay, they can't see the chat. So maybe you can just explain what your private joke is with Roseanne is.
Yeah, but I'm reading the
Len's reading the chat here.
So today on Lunch with Len at 11:30, I've got Antonio Thompson on, and then on Thursday this week I have I'm not sure how to pronounce her name actually, Jelena. She's the Russian, not Jana, but the other Russian girl, Jelena Ostrovsky. No. Jelena Ostrovsky. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but anyhow, we got another special guest on Thursday. Really awesome.
So just don't let her see this replay. That's all. Just don't send us to Jelena.
Yeah.
But anyway, and also another thing that Len does every single morning for those. I mean, most people that are here probably already know that, but he does Coffee with Len video every single morning. Just like I make my Practice Graduate Success video, Len makes his Coffee with Len video. Although they're much shorter than mine. They're usually like a minute, maybe 2 minutes the most, but they're real short little things. He's usually standing with his ocean behind him because he lives down in Mexico, and he's got this beautiful ocean, Pacific Ocean. That is the Pacific Ocean, right? Same ocean. Pacific Ocean behind him. He's standing on his deck. And when I went there to go visit him, it's awesome. First thing I did, I went down there. It's about, he's up on a cliff about 50, not that high, maybe 60 feet up above or something like that. But I went down there. It's just an awesome place. Imagine waking up in the morning and just having the ocean in your backyard. And that's what this guy has. I don't know why he comes up here and hangs out with me, or maybe he just likes my pool, likes my barbecue, or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. But it's a beautiful place where you live. It's about 30 miles south of the border, I think.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm still technically a U.S. citizen, and my mailing address is here in San Diego, so I have to come up here once in a while, pick up mail and things like that.
He still speaks a form of English.
Chris, Jelena, and Chris, put Jelena's last name if you can find it. How do you pronounce it? Ostrovsky, I think, something like that. I'm not quite sure the pronunciation, but.
My buddy Dennis, whose nickname is Bunk, said we should have a dinner with Bob show. Maybe that there might be enough Bob already with my videos and these daily shows. I mean, I get enough of Bob.
Larry says all that has made him into who he is today.
What has?
I don't know, but that sounds a little scary knowing what Larry is today.
Larry,
but you know what? Before we run out of time, Bob, I do want to touch on another subject.
Yes.
You folks see I have a drink in my hand, and
I know where we're going.
What's inside this drink? What's inside this drink is one of the things that's in here is the greens that we've all talked about, and
that's even a little reddish when you drink it.
Yeah. Well, it's got more than greens in it, but this is an interesting. For reasons that I won't bother to explain, I didn't get my greens until yesterday. One of the reasons I came up here on this trip was to pick up my greens. They'd been shipped from the factory, but I hadn't gotten them. And I've been taking them for 3 days now. This is my third day, and I'm bouncing off the walls. I'm feeling really, really good.
It's true.
That's all I'll say about that.
Honestly, I mentioned we went to Fiesta Island where I get to have this fella, this is a hermit that I feed every day for the last bunch of years. And on the way there, I just mentioned to Len, he drove. I said, Len, I said, you're a lot more energetic than usual today.
Animated.
Whatever, but and it's true. I mean, and I've been taking these things. A lot of times you see me do these shows, and I'm always drinking these. What we're taking here is 100% organic superfood green and reds. This is a mixture. This right here is a smoothie. In the smoothie, I put a lot of other organic stuff in there, berries, kale and bananas. So a lot of it's not just that. But the first thing in the morning, I do a scoop of the greens, and reds, and it's like bam. I do it before my coffee in the morning. It works. It works. So there's a lot of people that are here right now in the site, like Larry, Ryan, Jackson, Kelly, Chris. Just a lot of people here. Terry Hunter. They're all involved in this. I would recommend talking to any one of those people, or Len. Go to lenmooney.com if you want more information on these things, and they can just share it with you. But it's because all about moving away from the bad things. There's so many toxic chemicals. There's so many that we're being bombarded with. We're being bombarded with these. We put it on our skin. We put these things on our skin all the time. The shampoos. What did he say? The average lady puts on like 120 toxic chemicals on her body before 9 o'clock in the morning. I mean, and these are things you think are good. You think these things are nice. They got to be good. We're being sold, and in the store to get nice packages, extra expensive. But we're putting poison on ourselves, man. We've been doing it for years.
What was the woman in Costco buying yesterday? And I picked it up and I looked at the ingredients.
Right.
Yeah, it's scary. I got it's like you this morning. I came in about 4:30. I had my glass of greens. I did my Tai Chi and I had my glass of greens before I poured a cup of coffee.
Right.
And I feel really good. So I just want to tell everybody that the stuff is. I wouldn't say it wasn't true. The stuff really seems to be working.
It's organic. It's 100% organic, USDA certified and wild craft, which means that it grows in the soil. So before we run out of time, Len, how can people get a hold of you? LenMooney.com.
Len Mooney
to get in touch with you.
LenMooney.com. I don't think anybody had very much trouble finding me on Facebook. So Len Mooney is.
Well, people in replay here that don't know you they might want to find. But yeah, just look him up. And he does a coffee with Len every single morning. It's usually around early in the morning, like before sunrise.
I try to get them up posted by 7 o'clock local, 7 o'clock Pacific time. And
then Tuesdays and Thursdays he does his lunch with Len. And then right now he's got the program that's going out on Saturday, the lunch or dream with Len. Right?
And by the way, I as I've said many times, I realize Saturday another webinar. Oh my God. But it's only a half hour. We try to keep it to a half hour. I run over a little bit, and
there's a replay as well, though.
Yeah, there's a replay. So for anyone who's registered for it, the replays are available. And we don't have a special group for the Saturday Dream with Len. It's we're working through the Lunch with Len group, so that we don't have to have yet another group for people to belong to. Right. So the replay from last Saturday, and I think. The people that were on last Saturday, I don't think there's been no negative comments, but it was a pretty powerful webinar. So you can go to Lunch with Len and get the replay if you want to. I keep looking up there because I'm looking over there because I'm watching the chat. And the camera's over here. So if you think I'm not looking at
Len's talking to source. He's
watching the chat.
Right.
So. All right.
But so I guess does anybody have any questions, or Len, do you have any final words other than bye for now?
I don't. Drink your greens and come to Lunch with Len today. We're going to have a really great talk with Antonio.
Talk to Roseanne Hayden, talk to Chris Shells, talk to Jackson Kelly, talk to Larry Ryan, Lisa Iorio, a few other people, Nicole Harris. There's a few other people that are here. Just reach out to any one of these guys and ask them about it. Guys, or guys. I call girls guys too. I call.
I don't think girls like to be called guys.
Do they? I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I say that all the time. I say Rick Johnson. I say this stuff all the time. Hey guys, what's going on? What the heck? What the heck? We can't be all politically correct all the time, can we? God, source, universe, whatever. So just come from a place of love and gratitude. If you do that, if you come from a place of love and gratitude, love yourself first. Really, truly get in touch with your source. Just do. Then you have more to give to other people. And then share it. Just go out there and share it like Len does every single day. And I can't wait for Len to say bye for now at the end of the show here, which is right now. So we have to leave. So make sure later on today.
Well, come to Lunch with Len. Check out Coffee with Len tomorrow, and bye for now.
Before we go, I always forget to say, before we go, tomorrow, I got an amazingly special show. I actually created an event.
But you mean today wasn't an amazingly special show?
Today was amazing, Len, was amazing. But I get this energy coin, real heavy. Just feel that thing, Len.
Oh, it is.
It's
really
heavy.
Yeah.
These things are real cool.
Yeah, I put it really cool. My heart to see how much energy I got.
They're for each individual person, but there's a guy designer. If you go to paulsantisi.com and just check him out, or go to YouTube, type in Paul Santisi. This guy puts these meditations out for free. And he's just an amazing guy. He was on a show last month or about a month and a half ago, but he's going to come on a show tomorrow. Paul Santisi is going to give away a free energy coin or a pendant. You can wear a pendant. These things are awesome, and they're not cheap. He's going to give one of these things away, but it's got the I'll show you. We can see it, I think, pretty good there. It's got the tree of life back here. But these are really cool things. So he's going to come on tomorrow. Guy, he's just one of the most awesome guys you ever want to meet, other than Len.
No, I would agree. No, I agree. Paul Santisi is a really, cool, really incredible guy. And I've been listening to some of his YouTube, some of his meditations.
Great stuff.
They are powerful.
Yeah, just go to YouTube and check out Paul Santisi and check, because he's just got some really cool things, some really cool meditation. He put hundreds and hundreds of hours of free stuff he's got out there. I just love when people just share from their heart, and he's that kind of a guy. So he'll be on tomorrow, just bringing a value, and he's going to give one of these things away to somebody. You have to be present. You're not going to be able to get it on the replay. You can watch it on the replay, but you're not going to get a chance to win one of these energy coins or pendants on the replay. So check it out. So come tomorrow. Go to gratitudetv.com/show and watch Launch with Len a little bit later on today. So that's it for today, guys. So thank you so much for coming.
Bye for now.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.